All right, so we just watched a video about how lives are being shaped with sports. We're going to have that conversation. Remember that this is actually a transformative power of sports in individuals and communities. So in the studio with us is Isaac Robert Kwapong. He's the founder and director of Impact Youth Foundation Sports Leadership Academy. Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
I'm good, by God's grace.
It's really nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Anyway, watching the video, you are doing amazing with the youth. I must commend you. This is a good work you're doing. If I may ask, what inspired the whole thing? What inspired you to start this?
Okay, so my why. First of all, you know, one thing about human beings, we human beings, is that we are three-dimensional beings. You know, the first dimension being physicality, you know, strength, conditioning. Second dimension being like confidence, you know, trying to build motivation. The third dimension, which is, for me, it's the primary one, which has to do with, you know, character, values, and purpose. You know, and two things that I know can really bring out these three dimensions is sports and godliness. You know, so for me, that is my why, in terms of using the transformational purpose of sports to develop the three dimensions of our being. And the need is the fact that a lot of young people have been used by sports, you know, rather than them using the sport.
Okay, so used by sport instead of using sports. Okay.
Exactly. You know, there's been a lot of transactional, you know, experiences, you know, people who've sold literally their lives to sports and not gotten anything out of it. And seeing that, especially when I finished high school, and seeing how a lot of people fell victim to that, for me was like a wake-up call to start something and do something different. Right. You know, so that is my why.
Right.
Yeah.
But how has sports contributed into your own life?
So for me, you know, growing up, my first ambition was to be Ghana's #1 goalkeeper. Okay. You know,
goalkeeper.
One of my inspirations at the very early stages was Ali Jara, you know, and I wanted to, you know, to be a goalkeeper, you know, and I remember how, you know, at 7, 8 years old, I was catching, you know, and how sports was everything, you know, I'll be the first to be there, you know, I'm going to stay there till late, you know, I'm going to practice, you know, I'm going to try and bring people together. So it kind of formed who I am in terms of especially my character when it comes to, you know, organization, you know, like some of the kids are talking about. I also went through that same, you know, experience. It built me up my confidence, you know, because it gave me an opportunity to be able to showcase, you know, what I was passionate about, you know. So for me, it did form me up, you know, and actually opened my mind to opportunities. And now me working in sports, you know, that is what I've gotten from sports, and I want to pass it back on.
All right. So the Impact Foundation has actually built a village at Dodowa. So why did you decide to build a sports village there? And also, why basketball? Because basketball is a very, very elite game. You know, Ghana is all about football, but why did you decide to say, okay, let's do a basketball court there? Okay,
so first of all, this village was a village that we found. So through our programming, and our scouting, we found this village called Anyenya. And it's a village, a young village, and a village that is on the outskirts of Accra, you know, on the Dodowa Road. And when we found this village, one thing that we realized about this village is that the young people there were very passionate about sports. You know, there was already a basketball court and there was a football pitch. But when we got there, the place was a bit quiet, you know, and we realized that the kids were not they were not being guided and mentored. So for us, we're like, this is a great opportunity, because we run programs both for rural youth and urban youth. So what we did was that we take kids from the city to rural communities for them to exchange and share ideas, and for them to see themselves in each other, and also for them to see the need, you know, to kind of use sports as a leverage, you know, to build themselves up. So we picked this village because of its potential and the potential of the youth over there. And the fact that if you take the whole of the Shai Osudoku district, which is where it's located, this particular village is actually one of the top talents when it comes to sports. You know, so for us, that was a perfect location, you know, for us to start this program, and we run 2 programs. This particular program is the Impact Sports Village program,
Right.
where we run there, and that is why we chose this beautiful place.
Right.
Right. How do you get funding? How long have you been doing this first, and then
Okay.
how do you get funding? Are you doing this all by yourself, or there are other local and international bodies supporting you?
Okay, so I've been doing this since 2005. So since I was 18, started off running camps, basketball camps.
You don't need to tell us your age.
Yeah, many people try to figure it out. But you know, since that time, you know, we started off as Dynasty Basketball. So first it was primarily known as a basketball organization that we run basketball camps. We use character development. We build the kids up. We take them to, you know, villages for them to have a full service land and everything. When it comes to our sustainability plan, for us is we believe that sustainability is key. And we started off by being self-sustainable. So we run 2 different programs, like I mentioned. We run the Impact Sports Village program, and we run the Sports Leadership Academy. So the Sports Leadership Academy is run in the city, and that is a 2-part program where it's a fee-paying program, and also we have scholarship and self-discounts for those who can't afford.
Right.
So that program helps to fund and finance our programs in the village.
sense.
Because for me, I believe that you should be able to, sports is an equal playing field. You should be able to reach everybody. And somebody can afford it. If you can afford it, why shouldn't they pay for it?
Right.
Those who can't afford it, then you find ways to support them. One day they'll be able to afford it, you know, and be able to also invest in it.
Right.
You know, so we run these programs. We also have partners. We have some partner organizations who also support us. You know, we have FIBA Foundation, which is the governing body for basketball. They have the foundation side. They support us with equipment, basketball equipment. Also this year they supported us with some funding for the kids that in the village that we are supporting through school. We have some in university now. So we have partners. We also have Mayuko, which is now a new crowdfunding organization that supports to put our programs out there for people to donate to. You know, but at the end of the day, for us, sustainability is key. You know, we don't want to also only depend on, you know, donations and, you know, funding coming from outside. But I believe that sports is a very huge, you know, platform, and we can be able to run a very great ecosystem that is able to generate funding, you know, so that we can impact our own people by ourselves.
All right, so obviously you've been doing this for a while, and you've been also working with the villages for a while.
Yeah.
So what impact do you think that you have made to that village?
You know, the impact is in direct and indirect. One of the direct impact is back in 2018 when we started our programs in the village. There's a school which is in the village, and that school had never graduated anyone through BEC. And the first group of kids that started the school were around 20. By the time we got there, they were in JSS 1, and they was left with only 6 kids.
Wow.
So at that point, we called them the Big 6. And our goal was to make sure that we do everything for them to graduate. So these Big 6, we started running the whole kind of model with them, where we took them through 2 years of guidance, you know, supporting them, funding in terms of school, feeding, and also helping them. Eventually, we had 5 of them go through to finish BC, went to secondary school. Now we have 2 of them now in university, one in Tech, one in University of Ghana. You know, so when it comes to the direct, that is one of the direct. Indirectly, we have so many of the kids now who are now aspiring to be more than what they see around them. You know, so many of them now want to be doctors because now they've seen that it's possible. Many times back then, there was no one in the village where they seen them actually go to the highest level, even to university. You know, so now indirectly, the kids are motivated. They are seeing the potential. They're seeing that, wow, we can also become something. You know, so that is the kind of impact that sports is doing and that we are doing in that village.
So what are your social media handles? How can people follow you?
You can follow us at I Am Youth Ghana. You can follow us on Slack Ghana also. You can go to our website, impactyouthfoundation.org. You can go to slackghana.com. So you can find us on all the platforms.
Are you open to any volunteers, people coming to help you? And if you are, is there any contact detail you can put across aside your social media handles?
Yeah, we are very much open, especially because our organization also helps young people first entry level into sports, working in sports. So they can come and volunteer with us. You know, you can reach us at 0574 047 220. You know, 0574 047 220. You can reach us over there and we'll be glad to engage you.
Okay, I have some messages coming in here for you.
Sure.
The first one says, I love basketball, but I think I am not good enough for it. How will the Impact Foundation help me? Can I be trained? And this coming from Kwame from Adenta.
Yep, we have a perfect program for you that is called the Sports Leadership Academy.
Okay.
It's open to everybody. You come in at your level, right from beginners. We'll develop you. Those who aspire to go to the elite level, we have a program pathway for you. You know, so if he wants to learn, so for us, it's within the age group. We actually work with kids from 5 years all the way to 18, because at that age, we're able to prepare them and actually engage them more, you know, to see where they want to go through sports. So we do have a program for them.
Brian from Ho is asking, how many kids have passed through the program and where are they now?
No, but he just mentioned
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Actually, we have, if I should tell you, we have over 1,000 kids since I started in 2005.
Right.
Wow.
You know, many of them have gone through working in different places. Some are Google, some are different places. So we have.
That's
different- we
really
have a lot of them
commendable.
working on it.
Final question.
Yeah.
How can teachers help out? Would you require volunteer? Anyway, you answered that. Will you require volunteer services from such people?
Yes,
So you answered
sure, they
that.
are all
Right. So
welcome.
you can reach him
Sure.
out on the social media handles he puts out there, and then go volunteer and do something good for Mother Ghana. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank
You're
you. It's a
doing great.
pleasure.
We wish you all the best with the kids, and then
Thank you.
we hope that people are able to come through to help you to do more for them.
Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.